Question 1. Scenario-based. Topic: Risk evaluation and analysis. Mr. Jacobson, a small business owner in Nebraska, applies for a commercial property insurance policy for his retail store. The underwriter, reviewing his application, notices that Mr. Jacobson has filed multiple claims over the past 5 years, including a burglary claim, a water damage claim, and a liability claim from a customer injury. He has also recently missed payment on another insurance policy. Given this information, which of the following is the most appropriate risk assessment decision the underwriter should make? A. Increase the premium due to the loss history and apply stricter policy terms. B. Decline the policy application outright due to the multiple claims filed. C. Approve the policy with standard terms and conditions, as small businesses often face similar risks. D. Reduce coverage limits to minimize the insurer's exposure to potential claims. Answer: increase the premium due to the loss history and apply stricter policy terms. Explanation: the underwriter must assess the risk based on loss history, payment history, and potential future claims. In this case, Mr. Jacobson's multiple claims indicate higher than average risk, which justifies increasing the premium and applying stricter terms, such as higher deductibles or more exclusions. Declining the policy outright, option B, may not be necessary unless the risk is deemed uninsurable. Approving the policy with standard terms, option C, fails to account for the increased risk, and reducing coverage limits, option D, could leave the business inadequately insured, potentially leading to disputes during claims. Relevant guidelines. Nebraska insurance regulations require underwriters to evaluate risk based on comprehensive analysis, including loss history and financial responsibility, e.g. payment history. The Unfair Trade Practices Act prohibits arbitrary policy denial but allows for rate adjustments based on risk factors. Question 2. Topic: Premium calculation and rating. An underwriter is determining the premium for a homeowner's insurance policy in Nebraska. Which of the following factors would not typically influence the premium calculation? A. The age of the home and the materials used in construction. B. The applicant's credit score and payment history. C. The number of occupants living in the insured property. D. The location of the property and its proximity to fire stations. Answer: C. The number of occupants living in the insured property. Explanation: the number of occupants in a home is generally not considered a significant factor in premium calculations for homeowners insurance. Factors such as the age of the home, construction materials, option A, and the property's location, option D, are critical as they affect the likelihood of claims related to structural issues or fire damage. Additionally, credit scoring, B, is commonly used in underwriting to assess the financial responsibility of the applicant, as allowed by Nebraska law. Relevant guidelines. According to Nebraska Insurance Department regulations, insurers can consider factors like property characteristics, location, and the applicant's financial history when determining premiums. However, they must avoid discriminatory practices such as using irrelevant personal data. Question 3. Topic: Policy provisions and clauses. Which of the following policy clauses best protects an insurer from paying a full claim when the insured has underinsured their property? A. Subrogation clause. B. Coinsurance clause. C. Proximate cause clause. D. Deductible clause. Answer: B. Coinsurance clause. Explanation: a coinsurance clause requires the insured to carry a minimum amount of coverage relative to the property's value. If the insured fails to meet this requirement and loss occurs, the insurer will reduce the claim payment proportionally. This clause ensures that policyholders maintain adequate insurance coverage. The subrogation clause, option A, allows the insurer to recover costs from third party responsible for loss. Proximate cause clause, option C, determines which cause directly resulted in the damage, affecting claims decisions. The deductible clause, option D, sets the amount the policyholder must pay before the insurer covers the remaining loss, but it doesn't address underinsurance. Relevant guidelines. The Nebraska Department of Insurance enforces the use of coinsurance clauses to encourage policyholders to purchase adequate coverage. Failure to comply. Coinsurance requirements may result in reduced claim payments. Question 4. Topic: Underwriting basics. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of underwriting? Guidelines. A. To ensure that policies are priced as competitively as possible. B. To reduce claims handling costs for the insurer. C. To provide a framework for consistent risk assessment and decision-making. D. To establish a legally binding agreement between the insurer and policyholder. Answer: C. To provide a framework for consistent risk assessment and decision-making. Explanation: Underwriting guidelines help ensure that risk assessments are performed consistently across various applications. They allow underwriters to classify risks appropriately, ensuring that the insurer's risk exposure is balanced and profitable. Option is incorrect because the primary goal of underwriting is risk assessment, not competitive pricing. Option B is not correct as underwriting guidelines do not directly reduce claims costs, though they help manage risk. Option D is also incorrect since the insurance policy is the legally binding document, not the underwriting guidelines. Relevant guidelines. Nebraska law requires insurers to maintain sound underwriting guidelines to ensure fair and non-discriminatory practices in risk classification. Question 5. Scenario-based. Topic: Claims processing and settlement. MS Thompson, a policyholder in Nebraska, files a claim under her homeowner's policy after a severe storm causes roof damage. The insurer investigates and finds that MS Thompson had failed to report previous roof repairs which were necessary due to wear and tear. Based on this scenario, which of the following actions is the most appropriate for the underwriter to recommend? A. Deny the claim entirely due to the policyholder's failure to disclose past repairs. B. Approve the claim in full as storm damage is covered peril. C. Approve partial claim payment accounting for depreciation and maintenance issues. D. Require MS Thompson to submit new application for coverage before processing the claim. Answer: C. Approve a partial claim payment accounting for depreciation and maintenance issues. Explanation: the storm damages a covered peril under most homeowners policies. However, insurers can adjust claim payments to account for wear and tear and depreciation of the damaged property. Denying the claim outright, option A, would be inappropriate unless the policy explicitly excludes damage due to lack of maintenance. Relevant law. The Nebraska Claims Settlement Practices Act requires insurers to handle claims fairly and reasonably. Insurers can reduce claim payouts based on policy exclusions and limitations, but must avoid unfair denials. Question 6. Topic: Legal and ethical issues in underwriting. Which of the following would be considered an unfair trade practice under Nebraska insurance regulations? A. Declining coverage based on a customer's criminal history. B. Offering a discount to customers who bundle policies. C. Refusing to issue a policy based on the customer's zip code. D. Charging a higher premium based on loss history. Answer: C. Refusing to issue a policy based on the customer's zip code. Explanation: refusing to issue a policy based on the zip code of the applicant is considered redlining, which is prohibited under Nebraska's Unfair Trade Practices Act. Insurers must avoid discriminatory practices that are unrelated to legitimate risk factors. Option is incorrect because criminal history may be considered legitimate underwriting factor. Option B is correct and common practice in the industry. Option D is valid underwriting decision based on loss history, which affects risk assessment. Relevant guidelines. The Nebraska Department of Insurance enforces rules to prevent discriminatory practices, ensuring fairness in underwriting decisions. Question 7. Topic: Premium calculation and rating. Which of the following is a valid reason for an underwriter to adjust the premium on a life insurance policy? A. The applicant's marital status changes after the policy is issued. B. The applicant has a pre-existing medical condition disclosed at the time of application. C. The applicant changes their address to another state. D. The applicant files a claim under a different insurance policy. Answer: B. The applicant has a pre-existing medical condition disclosed at the time of application. Explanation: pre-existing medical conditions are a significant factor in determining life insurance premiums. Underwriters assess health risks to calculate premiums based on life expectancy. Option is incorrect because marital status typically does not impact life insurance premiums. Option C is irrelevant unless the policy explicitly states geographical restrictions. Option D is not valid because claims under other policies generally do not affect life insurance rates. Relevant guidelines. Nebraska law mandates that premium adjustments must be based on relevant risk factors such as age, health status, and lifestyle habits. Question 8. Topic: Reinsurance and its impact on underwriting. What is the primary reason insurers use facultative reinsurance? A. To transfer a portion of their entire portfolio to a reinsurer. B. To reduce administrative costs associated with claims processing. C. To reinsure specific high-risk policies on a case-by-case basis. D. To comply with state regulations on solvency requirements. Answer: C. To reinsure specific high-risk policies on a case-by-case basis. Explanation. Facultative reinsurance is used by insurers to reinsure individual policies that carry unusually high risks. Unlike treaty reinsurance, which covers a block of policies, facultative reinsurance is applied on a case-by-case basis, allowing more flexibility in managing risk. Option. It describes treaty reinsurance, not facultative reinsurance. Option B is incorrect, as reinsurance does not typically reduce administrative costs. Option D is irrelevant, as reinsurance is more about risk management than compliance with solvency rules. Question 9. Topic: Insurance law and regulation. Under Nebraska insurance regulations, which of the following practices would be considered legal? A. Offering a different premium rate based on gender. B. Refusing to renew a policy without providing a valid reason. C. Using credit scores to determine insurance rates. D. Charging a higher premium for policyholders who file complaints. Answer. C. Using credit scores to determine insurance rates. Explanation. Nebraska law allows insurers to use credit scores as a factor in determining insurance premiums, provided it is applied fairly and consistently. Option is incorrect, because gender-based pricing can be considered discriminatory under anti-discrimination laws. Option B violates policy renewal regulations, and option D is an unfair practice that could result in penalties under Nebraska's Unfair Trade Practices Act. Question 10. Topic: Market trends and emerging risks. Which of the following emerging risks poses the greatest challenge to traditional underwriting practices? A. Increasing rate of property theft. B. The rise of autonomous vehicles. C. New federal regulations on data privacy. D. An aging population in rural areas. Answer. B. The rise of autonomous vehicles. Explanation. Autonomous vehicles present unique risks that challenge traditional auto insurance underwriting models. These vehicles rely heavily on software and sensors, which can fail in unexpected ways. Additionally, determining liability in accidents involving self-driving cars is more complex than traditional vehicles. Relevant guidelines. Insurers must adapt to technological advancements and adjust underwriting guidelines to reflect the changing risk landscape. Nebraska insurance regulators are monitoring emerging risks, including autonomous vehicles and their impact on underwriting policies. Question 11. Topic: Risk classification. Which of the following would be considered a valid risk classification factor for auto insurance underwriting in Nebraska? A. Gender. B. Marital status. C. Occupation. D. Driving history. Answer. D. Driving history. Explanation. In Nebraska, driving history is a legitimate factor that insurers can use to classify risk for auto insurance policies. Riskier driving behavior, such as traffic violations or accidents, can result in higher premiums. Gender-based pricing. Option A is considered discriminatory. Marital status. Option B can be a factor in some states, but it is more controversial. Occupation. Option C is typically not a primary factor in auto insurance underwriting. Question 12. Topic: Policy cancellations and non-renewals. Under Nebraska law, how many days notice must an insurer provide before canceling a personal auto insurance policy for non-payment of premium? A. 10 days. B. 15 days. C. 20 days. D. 30 days. Answer A. 10 days. Explanation. According to Nebraska state regulations, insurers must provide a minimum of 10 days notice before canceling a personal auto insurance policy due to non-payment of premium. For cancellations due to other reasons, such as underwriting criteria or fraud, the notice period may vary. Question 13. Topic: Claims reporting and investigation. Which of the following would be considered unfair claims handling under Nebraska's Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act? A. Investigating a claim thoroughly before making a decision. B. Denying a claim based on clear policy exclusions. C. Failing to acknowledge a claim within a reasonable time. D. Requesting additional documentation to verify a claim. Answer. C. Failing to acknowledge a claim within a reasonable time. Explanation. Nebraska's Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act requires insurers to respond to claims promptly and handle them in good faith. Failing to acknowledge a claim within a reasonable time can result in penalties for the insurer. Options A, B, and D are standard claims handling practices. Question 14. Topic: Homeowners insurance. In Nebraska, which of the following is typically excluded from coverage under a standard homeowners insurance policy? A. Fire damage. B. Theft. C. Flood damage. D. Liability for injuries on the property. Answer C. Flood damage. Explanation. Flood damage is excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies. Homeowners must purchase a separate flood insurance policy through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP) or a private insurer. The other options are typically covered under standard policies. Question 15 scenario-based. Topic: Auto insurance. Mr. Johnson, a Nebraska resident, applies for auto insurance. He discloses that he has 2 speeding tickets in the past year. The underwriter is evaluating his risk level. Based on Nebraska regulations, what action is the underwriter most likely to take? A. Deny the application entirely due to traffic violations. B. Approve the application with a higher premium. Approve the application without any changes. D. Require Mr. Johnson to take a defensive driving course before approving coverage. Answer B. Approve the application with a higher premium. Explanation. In Nebraska, insurers are allowed to consider driving history when determining auto insurance premiums. Traffic violations indicate a higher risk, which may result in higher premiums, but it typically does not lead to an outright denial of coverage. Question 16. Topic: Life insurance underwriting. Which of the following factors is prohibited from being used in life insurance underwriting in Nebraska? A. Age. B. Gender. C. Medical history. D. Smoking status. Answer B. Gender. Explanation. Under Nebraska law, gender-based pricing in life insurance is prohibited as it is considered discriminatory. The other factors, such as age, medical history, and smoking status, are legitimate risk factors used in life insurance underwriting. Question 17. Topic: Commercial insurance. Which type of policy is specifically designed to cover liability risks associated with operating a business? A. Homeowners policy. B. Commercial general liability (CGL) policy. C. Personal auto policy. D. Inland marine policy. Answer B. Commercial general liability (CGL) policy. Explanation. A commercial general liability (CGL) policy is designed to cover liability risks faced by businesses, including bodily injury, property damage, and advertising injury claims. Homeowners and personal auto policies do not provide such coverage. Question 18. Topic: Reinsurance. What is the primary purpose of reinsurance for insurance companies? A. To increase premiums for policyholders. B. To transfer risk to another insurer. C. To comply with state regulations. D. To reduce administrative costs. Answer B. To transfer risk to another insurer. Explanation. Reinsurance allows insurance companies to transfer a portion of their risk to another insurer, helping them manage large claims and maintain financial stability. It does not directly affect policyholder premiums or reduce administrative costs. Question 19. Topic: Workers' compensation. In Nebraska, workers' compensation insurance is mandatory for which of the following employers? A. Employers with 5 or more employees. B. All employers, regardless of size. C. Government entities only. D. Employers engaged in high-risk industries. Answer A. Employers with 5 or more employees. Explanation. In Nebraska, workers' compensation insurance is required for employers with 5 or more employees. There are some exceptions for certain industries and self-employed individuals. Question 20. Topic: Legal and ethical issues in underwriting. Which of the following would be considered an unfair trade practice under Nebraska insurance regulations? A. Declining coverage based on a customer's criminal history. B. Offering a discount to customers who bundle policies. C. Refusing to issue a policy based on the customer's zip code. D. Charging a higher premium based on loss history. Answer C. Refusing to issue a policy based on the customer's zip code. Explanation. Refusing to issue a policy based on the zip code of the applicant is considered redlining, which is prohibited under Nebraska's Unfair Trade Practices Act. Insurers must avoid discriminatory practices that are unrelated to legitimate risk factors. Option is incorrect because criminal history may be considered a legitimate underwriting factor. Option B is correct in common practice in the industry. Option D is valid underwriting decision based on loss history, which affects risk assessment. Relevant guidelines. The Nebraska Department of Insurance enforces rules to prevent discriminatory practices, ensuring fairness in underwriting decisions. Question 21. Topic: Health insurance policies. Which of the following statements about pre-existing conditions in Nebraska health insurance policies is correct? A. Insurers can deny coverage for any pre-existing conditions. B. Insurers can impose a waiting period of up to 12 months for pre-existing conditions. C. Insurers are required to cover pre-existing conditions without any waiting period. D. Insurers can exclude coverage for pre-existing conditions indefinitely. Answer: B. The insurers can impose a waiting period of up to 12 months for pre-existing conditions. Explanation: under Nebraska law, health insurers can impose a waiting period of up to 12 months for pre-existing conditions in individual policies. However, they cannot deny coverage altogether based on a pre-existing condition. Question 22. Topic: Insurance producer licensing in Nebraska. How often must a licensed insurance producer complete continuing education? C. Requirements to maintain their license. A. Every year. B. Every 2 years. C. Every 3 years. D. Every 5 years. Answer: B. Every 2 years. Explanation: Nebraska requires licensed insurance producers to complete continuing education. C. Requirements every 2 years. This ensures that producers stay updated on industry regulations and best practices. Question 23. Topic: Homeowners insurance coverage. Which of the following is typically covered under coverage? C. Personal property in a Nebraska homeowners insurance policy. A. Detached garage. B. Personal belongings stolen from the home. C. Landscaping damage. D. Flood damage. Answer: B. Personal belongings stolen from the home. Explanation: coverage C. Personal property in a homeowner's policy covers personal belongings such as furniture, clothing, and electronics. Theft of personal property from the home is a covered peril. Flood damage is excluded from standard homeowners policies. Question 24. Topic: Auto insurance requirements. What is the minimum liability coverage required for auto insurance in Nebraska? 15 30 10. B. 25 50 25. C. 50 100 50. D. 10 20 10. Answer: B. 25 50 25. Explanation: Nebraska law mandates a minimum liability coverage of $25,000 for bodily injury per person, $50,000 per accident, and $25,000 for property damage. This is commonly referred to as 25 50 25 coverage. Question 25. Scenario-based. Topic: Workers' compensation. A Nebraska employee is injured on the job and files a workers' compensation claim. The employer argues that the injury occurred due to the employee's negligence. What is the likely outcome under Nebraska workers' compensation law? A. The claim will be denied due to employee negligence. B. The claim will be approved, but the employee will receive reduced benefits. C. The claim will be approved as negligence is not a factor in workers' compensation claims. D. The claim will be denied unless the employee can prove the employer was at fault. Answer: C. The claim will be approved as negligence is not a factor in workers' compensation claims. Explanation: in Nebraska, workers' compensation is a no-fault system, meaning that benefits are provided regardless of whether the employee or employer was at fault. Negligence by the employee does not disqualify them from receiving benefits. Question 26. Topic: Property insurance. What is the purpose of a coinsurance clause in a property insurance policy? A. To limit the insurer's liability for claims. B. To require the policyholder to pay a deductible. C. To ensure the policyholder insures the property to a specified percentage of its value. D. To allow the policyholder to make partial payments on the premium. Answer: C. To ensure the policyholder insures the property to a specified percentage of its value. Explanation: the coinsurance clause requires the policyholder to insure the property to a certain percentage of its value, typically 80% or more. If the policyholder fails to meet this requirement, they may receive a reduced payout in the event of a claim. Question 27. Topic: Life insurance. Which of the following types of life insurance policies accumulates cash value over time? A. Term life insurance. B. Whole life insurance. C. Accidental death insurance. D. Group life insurance. Answer: B. Whole life insurance. Explanation: whole life insurance policies accumulate cash value over time, which the policyholder can borrow against or withdraw. Term life insurance does not build cash value. Question 28. Topic: Fraud and misrepresentation. Under Nebraska law, what is the penalty for an insurance producer found guilty of insurance fraud? A. Suspension of license. B. Revocation of license. C. Monetary fines. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: penalties for insurance fraud in Nebraska can include license suspension or revocation, monetary fines, and other disciplinary actions. The severity of the penalty depends on the nature of the fraud. Question 29. Topic: Insurance policy provisions. Which of the following is a standard provision in most Nebraska insurance policies? A. Free look period. B. Guaranteed investment returns. C. Unlimited liability coverage. D. Lifetime renewal guarantee. Answer: A. Free look period. Explanation: a free look period allows policyholders to review their policy for a specified period after purchase and cancel it for a full refund if they are not satisfied. This provision is common in life and health insurance policies. Question 30. Topic: Liability insurance. Which type of liability insurance is designed to cover professionals against claims of negligence or malpractice? A. General liability insurance. B. Professional liability insurance. C. Product liability insurance. D. Personal liability insurance. Answer: B. Professional liability insurance. Explanation: professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions (EO) insurance, protects professionals such as doctors, lawyers, and accountants from claims of negligence or malpractice in their professional services.